Hey Facebook, Christy Calcagno here. We are currently on the scene on Porterfield Highway where a man has barricaded himself inside a home and officials believe he is considered armed and dangerous. Now, we just finished the 11 o'clock show and I just wanted to jump here on Facebook because I was able to speak to Washington County, Virginia Sheriff Blake Andis a couple of seconds ago, and he gave me so much more information that I wasn't able to say on the 11 o'clock newscast due to time. So we're going to try to give you as much information as we can about this case because what we do know right now is that a man is still barricaded inside a home here off Porterfield Highway in Abingdon, and Washington County, Virginia sheriff officials believe that he is considered armed and dangerous. In fact, while we were standing here, we heard tear gas being shot into the home. And so Sheriff Andis did tell us that they have been using tear gas to try to get the man out. So that is what we have so far. Let me go ahead and try to set the scene for you. It's hard to see right now because we do not, under any circumstances, want to be anywhere near the line of fire at this point. So we are in about the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway here in Abingdon. Right now, the scene is still incredibly active here. There are multiple sheriff's deputies that are still currently on the scene. And there, I don't know if you guys can see. It's really hard to see because this is as close as we can go to the scene right now. To just give you into perspective, the house is right there. That is the last kind of lights that you can see is right there. And while we were here doing an interview with Sheriff Andis, there were tear gas being shot inside that home. So let's break it down for you about what happened. So earlier this evening, the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office were doing a search warrant for this home here in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway in Abingdon. So what we do know is that a man and a woman were inside the home and are wanted out of Tazewell County for armed robbery as well as abduction. Sheriff Andis told us that they weren't the only ones inside the house. In fact, Sheriff Andis said at least 3 or 4 other people, as well as multiple children between the ages of 10 and 14 were inside the house at the time of this search warrant. Officials then released tear gas, and all of those people except the 2 were able to get out. So those 3 to 4 adults as well as the multiple children were able to get out. The woman and the man wanted out of Tazewell County, as I mentioned, for armed robbery and abduction were stayed in the house. Officials also say that a fire started in the bedroom area of the home. So that's when they had to get fire crews, they had to extinguish that fire, and they had to use tear gas to get both the man and the woman out of the home. Officials did say eventually, after the use of tear gas, the woman was able willingly, because of the tear gas, she got out of the home. As well as officials were able to get a loaded shotgun from the home. So the female suspect wanted out of Tazewell County has been arrested and is in custody. They also got the loaded shotgun from the home, as I mentioned. The man, however, has still barricaded himself inside this home right over here in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway over here. Interesting about this house, this is what Sheriff Andis told me. The people inside this house, it wasn't a random house that you might think. In fact, this family, this group of people they were actually harboring the people who were wanted out of Tazewell County. Sheriff Blake Andis said this isn't the first time that they've harbored these people out of that were wanted out of cases. Officials even said that they've had fugitives wanted out of Sullivan County that they harbored in their home. So this family has had a history of harboring wanted people in the past. So this just so happens to be another one of these cases. That's what Sheriff Blake Andis did tell me, which was very interesting, that this group of people inside this home, this isn't the first time that they had the run-in with police, and this isn't the only time that they harbored people who were wanted out of other counties. So right now, I'm trying to give you the scene again. We're here on Porterfield Highway. The scene, as you can see, is really clear right now. A couple of minutes ago, it was blocked. It was blocked all the way down the road. So right now, the only people that are on scene, it looks like the Washington County, Virginia life-saving crew just got on the scene. Multiple Washington County, Virginia sheriff's officers and all of their deputies are still on the scene. And while we were live, we heard tear gas behind us. Now, this man is still considered armed and dangerous, according to Sheriff Blake Andis, excuse me. So they are going to be on the scene until they get him out of there. The female, as I mentioned, she was able to get out, or she willingly came out, you know, after tear gas and everything like that. So as well as deputies were able to get a loaded shotgun out of that home. So with all of that being said, and of course them, Sheriff Andis said, them being wanted with an armed robbery out of Tazewell County as well as abduction, they do believe that he is still considered very armed and dangerous. And Sheriff Andis did say that they believe that he is hiding in like the bedroom area of this home. Again, it's really hard to see, but that's where the home is, right over there. It's kind of the last one over there. A lot of people are mentioning the children. Let me go ahead and reiterate that, because we were able to get that breaking information to us almost immediately after we talked to Sheriff Blake Andis. Basically, so to kind of reiterate about what is happening right now. So Sheriff Blake Andis told us that this home is right now on the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway. This is here in Abingdon. So all the deputies are here. The Washington County, Virginia life-saving crew is currently here right now. Traffic has been cleared at this point, but what we do know is that a man is still barricaded inside this home, and he is considered armed and dangerous. Originally, they got the call for a search warrant, and they said that they were looking for a man and a woman wanted out of Tazewell County for armed robbery and abduction, among other charges. Officials did say that they weren't the only ones that were inside the home at the time of this incident. In fact, they said that there were 3 to 4 adults and multiple children between the ages of 10 to 14 who were inside the house, as well as the the man and the woman who were wanted out of Tazewell County. So that's what we know. Those people were able to come out. So, but we do know is that they're not off the hook yet. In fact, Sheriff Blake Andis said that this isn't the first time that they were harboring these people from Tazewell County. So they were staying in this home, and that's what they did. Even Sheriff Blake Andis said this isn't the first time that they harbored people out of this. They said that they've even harbored people who were wanted out of Sullivan County as well. So this is not the first time that they've harbored people who were wanted out of other counties. As far as the children, I know people said the children. I'm not sure if the children are okay. I do know that they were able to make it out. They were able to make it out over there. Let's see. I'm trying to answer your questions so I can. Let me just give you a scene setter here. This is as far as we can go at this point. Yes, of course, definitely safely. This is as far as we can go safely. That's actually incredibly true. This is a very, very active scene at this point, and of course, these deputies are working incredibly hard. They want to make sure we're safe. We want to make sure they're safe. So we're just trying to stay behind this line of fire, if you will, and we're trying to get that. Names, the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office has not given me any names at this point. So I have no names at all at this point of anybody who was involved. So I'm not really sure exactly who the people are who were inside the house who were harboring the fugitives. But again, Sheriff Blake Andis here of the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office did say that this isn't the only time that they were harboring these, people who were wanted out of other counties. Sheriff Andis said it was Sullivan County, and this one is out of Tazewell County. So we don't really have any names as far as anybody who was involved in this case right now. We don't know the man, we don't know the woman, we don't know any of the children, obviously, and we won't know the children, and we don't know the 3 or the 4 people who were inside the home harboring these people. Are the children safe? Well, the children are currently out of reach, and the children are not on the scene, as we can see at this point. The children were able to get out. Tear gas was brought in. The tear gas was used to get the woman wanted out of Tazewell County out, as well as a loaded shotgun. The man, however, is still inside that home. And while we were doing these Facebook Lives, we keep hearing these tear gas. So there is still tear gas that is going inside this home in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway. Another interesting point, I don't remember if I mentioned that Sheriff Andis said that they may have started a fire inside the home in the 9,000. So I say 900. Okay, just to reiterate, everybody, it is the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway, 9,000 here in Abingdon, not 900, 9,000. Another interesting thing is that there was a fire that started by the home, they believe in the bedroom. They're not sure how it started. The sheriff believes that it could have been started by the people inside. So a fire crew had to come in, get that out of the way, as well as then they brought in tear gas as well. So there's been a lot happening inside this home for the past couple of hours. It also happened earlier in the evening. Looks like another car just pulled in. Yes, previously Highway 19E, somebody mentioned Chrissy, was closed down. It is now back open. By the time we got here and we were on the scene, we got a phone call saying that it was blocked off, and it was. For a good portion, it was blocked off. We got here at around, I would say around like 11 and around 11:10. Around 11:10, they were opening up the lanes so people can pass through. So right now it is all clear at this point as far as the roadway. So, and it's hard to see really anything as I'm showing you here. The scene is still incredibly active. You can see that there are multiple deputies that are still on the scene right now. But as far as driving off this road here on Porterfield Highway, it is open. How many children were there? We said multiple children, and I didn't get an exact number, but I had the ages between 10 and 14. Somebody asked that, how many children? Yes, it was recently opened back up. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, we're definitely, I really appreciate you guys really reaching out for our safety. A lot of people, Tim, are just making sure that we're safe, and we do very much appreciate it. We're actually in a driveway of somebody's house right now. We're just trying to give you everything as we can. Again, this is the safest and the closest we can get here to the scene right now. But I do very much appreciate you guys. We were in traffic for about 2 hours. Yes, absolutely. Prayers for everybody is involved in here. Who's there? Hold on, call his name out. Oh, thank you very much, guys. I really appreciate it. I'm trying to answer as many questions as I can. I'm just going down the line. Oh, were they serving a warrant? Yeah, Sheriff Andis told me that they were originally going for a search warrant. It was for a search warrant in this house. Just to give you guys also a heads up, Virginia State Police has just arrived on the scene again. So they're currently on the scene. It looks like they'll probably be the ones who will be taking point. We'll try to get some information, but one of the cars that just passed by was Virginia State Police. Oh, have they been here? I haven't seen. This is the first car I've seen.
Yeah. Well,
okay. Yeah, VSP is investigating now. So.
A blazer.
Oh, okay. Is this the same house at the garage door? I am not sure about that, Twilla. I'm not sure. I'm just reading. So, like I said, mention everybody's asking what are their names, what are their names. Sheriff Blake Andis did not give me any names at this point, whether that is the man who's barricaded, the woman who is currently in custody, and any of the adults that were in the home at the time harboring the man and the woman. So I do not have any names at this point. I keep asking him for names, but we're trying to get names as soon as we can. Let's see. Again, we are in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway here in Abingdon. What caused the police to come to this house to begin with? Sheriff Blake Andis said that they were originally coming here for a search warrant. And once they got out here, they saw that the man and the woman were wanted out of Tazewell County for armed robbery and abduction. And so once they got to the house, they said they weren't the only ones that were in this home. They said that there were at least 3 to 4 people and multiple children that were in the home. They said they ranged between 10 and 14 years old. They were able to get those people out, and then they started to do the tear gas to try to get the man and the woman out. Eventually, the woman did get out because of the tear gas, so they were able to get her into custody as well as get a loaded shotgun from the home. The man has barricaded himself still inside this home, and he is not cooperating with officials. As you can see, they are still surrounding this area. A couple of minutes ago, we heard tear gas. So has any shots been fired? As of right now, we do not know if any shots have been fired. I asked, we haven't heard anything. The only thing that we've heard, yeah, exactly. The only thing that we heard is the tear gas. That's the only thing that we've heard right now, and that's the only thing that they were able to confirm. They confirmed that there was tear gas that was shot inside the house. Into the house. I'm going through all of your comments at this point. Trying to answer it as much as I can. Yeah, we're trying to figure out exactly the names of these people who officials say this isn't the first time that they were harboring people wanted out of other counties. Looks like another deputy just arrived on the scene as well. But yeah, as I mentioned, there were 3 or 4, Sheriff Andis told me that there were 3 or 4 adults inside the home, multiple children between the ages of 10 and 14, as well as the man and the woman who were wanted out of Tazewell County for armed robbery and abduction. So there were multiple people inside this home, and Sheriff Andis said this isn't the first time that these people were harboring people wanted out of other counties. They said that they've also, in the past, have harbored people out of Sullivan County, Tennessee. Cody, how did the gas not affect them? Well, it definitely affected the woman. Sheriff Andis did say that they were able to use the tear gas, and she was able to, she got out with the help of the tear gas, as well as deputies were able to get a loaded shotgun from the home as well. But no, as of right now, we heard, I would say 2 shots. We heard the tear gas, 3. We heard 3 tear gas shots coming into that home so far, and it looks like that they're still currently on that scene. This is in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway. Yeah, a lot of people, we just sat there for 2 hours stuck in traffic. Well, the traffic is right now cleared up. Originally, Sheriff Andis told me it was blocked off for probably, he said, down to Russell County. So, as you can see, it is pretty clear right now. What?
Hidden Valley, I don't know that. You know where that's at?
Oh, do you see somebody else?
Hidden Valley, I don't know if it's that road or...
Oh, like where this is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, as far as right now, the children are out. Yes, the children are out, Gwen. Is the man the only one in the house right now, Landon? Yes, the man is the only one that is still currently in the house. Officials believe he is still armed and dangerous right now. That's why we're at this point, just to make sure that we're safe. This is as far as we can go here at the scene. But yes, they do believe that he is armed and dangerous. This is the man wanted out of Tazewell County for armed robbery and abduction. Is that what you just saw? Yeah? Okay. Well, Facebook, if you guys can see right over here, Tim Davis here is our photographer tonight. He is able to obviously look into the camera. He just said that there is a deputy with a shotgun by the home. Now, he has a shotgun. I can't see. The lights are... I won't be able to see, and Facebook won't be able to see as well. But...
He just walked up the street.
Did he? Okay. I hope I didn't misspeak. It's tear gas, not year gas. Thank you, Elijah, if I said something wrong there. We actually don't know where they're from exactly. We just know that they're wanted out of Tazewell County, Brenda. We don't have really any information about anybody so far who is involved in this. Any of the people who were inside this home, the man and the woman wanted out of Tazewell County. We don't know if that is their permanent residence in Tazewell. We don't know exactly who they are, but we do know that they were wanted out of Tazewell. Yes, yes, JC, the man is still in the home. Were you able, a lot of people are trying to ask like landmark wise. I'm trying to give you guys a little bit more landmarks because 9,000 block is obviously not helpful. There is a road. I'm trying to give you guys these signs all the way down here as hard as I can zoom in and not make it unstable for you guys. But the road is kind of like a fork in the road by the wildlife management area. And there's Hidden Valley. Yeah, Hidden Valley is over here, and then a sign leading on to 690. I don't know if that helps you guys at all in this area, but that it's right here off of where all of these signs are, right over there. If you guys can see, those are the signs. I hope that tries to answer your questions as much as I can. We're in Abingdon. Are they from Tazewell? Again, as I mentioned, we don't know exactly who they are. We don't have names at this point. We don't know who is inside the house, where they're from. We just know that they're wanted out of Tazewell County for the armed robbery and abduction. Yes, Jim Eaton, that is correct. Right here, the Hidden Valley there's the sign for Hidden Valley right here. So hopefully that gives you a little bit more clarity on where we are instead of 9,000 block. Right before you turn up into Hidden Valley, Doug, that is correct. Great. Thank you, guys. Hopefully all of this is answering all of your questions about that. Will they charge people that own the home? You know, I asked Sheriff Andis that, and they said their first priority is to just get this man out. First, they're going to get him out, and they're going to make sure that all of their deputies are safe and the scene is cleared before any charges are going to be filed. Now, if there are any more charges, obviously for the man, the woman, and the people who were inside the home that were harboring these people. Who is the man in the house? Again, guys, we have no idea. We don't have a name. Who was abducted? I know you guys are asking a lot of questions. Sheriff Andis did not say exactly, you know, all he mentioned is that that they were wanted out of abduction and armed robbery in Tazewell County. What'd you say, Tim?
People joining late. So.
Yeah, I know. A lot of people... Yeah, let me give you guys a real quick... Oh, there's a lot of Facebook comments. I'm sorry, guys. How long have we been on the scene? We've been on the scene. What time is it now? Probably about an hour. Yeah, we've been on the scene for about an hour now. Okay, let me turn this around. Hi, everybody. It's a little dark to see me. Let's see if I can... What if I stand here? Nope. Sorry. Let me just try to give you guys more of the laydown about what we know. Let's give you a quick recap. Erin, I was just about to get to that recap. So here's what we know so far. So the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office were searching an area here in the 9,000 block of Porterfield Highway in Abingdon. They were originally going in for a search warrant, and there were 2 people wanted out of Tazewell County for abduction and armed robbery out of Tazewell County. I'm going to step back just a second. Hey, Tim. Okay, sorry, there was a truck. I didn't think you guys could hear me. So the man and the woman were wanted out of Tazewell County for abduction and armed robbery. They were in this home here off of Porterfield Highway in Abingdon. It's right by the turnoff of Hidden Valley. Somebody was able to clarify that for us, and we appreciate it. So when officials got on the scene, they weren't the only ones that they learned that were inside the home. Sheriff Blake Andis I spoke to said that inside the home were about 3 or 4 adults, as well as multiple children between the ages of 10 and 14, as well as the man and the woman who were wanted out of Tazewell County. So when the deputies did arrive, both the adults that were involved as well as the children were able to get out, and then that is when they used tear gas into the home. Sheriff Andis told us that when they used the tear gas, the woman wanted out of Tazewell County did come out, and they were able to get her into custody. Sheriff Andis also said after they got her into custody, they also got a loaded shotgun outside the home. Officials also say that a fire did start inside the home. Now, we have no idea how it started. We don't know if they started it or why they started. We don't know anything about that. What we do know is that a fire started, so officials then had to come in, clear the fire, and that man who's still barricading himself inside the home has not come out. Even after using... Sorry if it's a little loud, we're by the road. Even after using the tear gas, they said he's by the bedroom area. That was the last time we heard. It was in the bedroom area of this home. This is where that man is. Right now, there are multiple deputies that are currently on the scene. VSP has arrived on the scene. The Washington County, Virginia life-saving crew is on this scene right now. Sheriff Andis did tell us that the people who were inside the house, those adults, they harbored multiple people wanted out of other counties in the past. So this isn't the first time. They say that they were harboring these people as well as they previously harbored people out of Sullivan County. So this isn't the first time Sheriff Andis told us they have done something like this before. Like we mentioned, as of right now, we don't have any names. We have no names as to who's involved. The people who were harboring were involved, where they're from. We don't have that information as of right now. Is traffic moving? Yes. As of right now, all of the traffic is good. So all the roads are clear and you can go by. It is just that there are multiple officials that are currently off of like the bank. Let me just show you. Here it is. So they're just all on the side right now, but you could see here and here. So the roadways are clear at this point. They're just here blocking off here. Yeah, so Sheriff Andis did confirm that there was a fire inside the home, so they had to extinguish that fire. And then after that, while we were talking to Sheriff Andis, they said that there was still that they still had to use tear gas. We were talking to him, and at least 3 tear gas shots went into that home while we were talking. Again, I know there's a lot of misinformation we don't have, like I said, as I mentioned, there is no names. We don't have any names. We don't have a lot of information about the actual people who were inside this home, and the man who is still currently inside this home. Sheriff Andis was not able to give us those names right now of any of the people who were involved in this. So what I'm going to do, I know there's a lot of questions right now. I'm going to hop off for just a little bit. Can I hear anything from outside or inside the home? We are, Erin, thankfully far away and as safely as possible from this home. So we can't see anything that's happening actually like inside the home or really outside the home. We can see the home and we can see people that are going around the home, but we definitely can't hear it. We're of course on the other side of the street at this point. And we also have these trucks that are in us, so we definitely can't hear anything at this point. I am going to sign off for just a little bit. If I have any new information, we're going to be here for a while, so I will keep you guys posted. If you have any questions, feel free. My Facebook is up here in the description. Feel free to. I'll try to answer any questions that you have about this case. Again, thank you guys so much for watching. Sorry it was a little long. There's a lot of information trying to get out to you guys, but I will come back and jump on in just a little bit as soon as we get more information, okay? But again, there is still one man who is still currently barricaded inside this home. He is considered armed and dangerous, and the Washington County, Virginia Sheriff's Office, as well as VSP, the life-saving crew, they're all currently on the scene, and we'll be here trying to monitor all of that for you. So thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll check back in with you in just a little bit.